Deep beneath the waves lies a mystery that refuses to die. A creature scientists say vanished millions of years ago, yet somehow still swims in the public imagination. Today we're diving into one question. Should the Megalodon be considered a cryptid? And more importantly, how did an ancient real shark become one of the most famous imaginary monsters of the modern age? First, let's get one thing straight. The Megalodon was real. Not myth, not rumour. A genuine apex predator. Carcharical's Megalodon ruled the oceans from about 23 to 3.6 million years ago. Their teeth, some over 7 inches long, tell us everything we need to know. This animal was massive, powerful, and terrifying. But despite its intimidating legacy, the evidence overwhelmingly shows Megalodon is extinct. No confirmed teeth younger than 3.6 million years. No modern skeletons. No DNA. No surprise sightings from scientists. Despite mountains of evidence against its survival, the idea of a living megalodon keeps popping up. Some point to deep-sea trenches. Others claim blurry sonar readings. And a few simply want it to be out there. Human beings are drawn to mysteries, especially big, toothy ones. So if science is settled, why does the Megalodon persist in the public imagination? And is that persistence enough to classify it as a cryptid? To answer that, we have to understand what a cryptid is. A cryptid is a creature whose existence is claimed, but not proven. It's not automatically supernatural. It doesn't have to break the laws of biology. It just needs mystery. Bigfoot, cryptid. Chupacabra, cryptid. Loch Ness Monster? Absolutely. So technically, if people claim Megalodon still exists today, even without evidence, that alone places it in the realm of cryptids. But that wasn't always the case. For most of scientific history, the Megalodon was treated purely as a prehistoric animal. It lived. It died. End of story. It wasn't a mystery. It wasn't a legend. It was simply part of the fossil record. But somewhere along the line, something changed. Megalodon crossed an invisible line, from extinct animal to speculative monster. And that shift didn't come from science. Let's talk about the real culprit, media. Movies like The Meg and novels like Steve Alten's. Meg reimagined the creature as a surviving deep-sea terror. These stories weren't claiming to be factual, but they planted a seed. In 2013, an infamous TV documentary presented fabricated evidence suggesting Megalodon was still alive. It was marketed like science, but it wasn't. For many viewers, that was their first exposure to Megalodon, and it blurred the line between entertainment and reality. Then YouTube, TikTok, and meme culture amplified it. Suddenly, the Megalodon was everywhere, in creepypastas, thumbnails, real sighting videos, and clickbait titles. The more the internet talked about it, the more people began treating Megalodon like Nessie or Bigfoot, a maybe real creature lurking just out of sight. And that's how a once real apex predator became a modern cryptid. So, should the Megalodon officially count as a cryptid? From a scientific perspective, no. There is zero evidence of survival. None. But from a cultural standpoint, absolutely. Megalodon has become a cryptid because people treat it like one. It exists more as a legend than a biological possibility. It lives on not in the ocean, but in stories, movies, theories, and imagination. So is the Megalodon still alive? Probably not. But should it be considered a cryptid? In the world of folklore, pop culture, and collective imagination, yes. The Megalodon has joined the ranks of the legendary, and maybe that's why we love it. Because sometimes, the monsters we know are gone are the ones we most want to believe in. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep sea dive, hit like, subscribe, and let me know, what cryptid should we explore next?